Jenny heard the front door click shut and the faint echo of Sumit's steps upstairs. She pressed a hand against her chest. Today had been another long day: laundry, cooking, dishes, tidying, all before she even thought of email replies or catching up with friends. She wondered, was this ever going to feel like enough? In the living room, the air shimmered with tension. Sumit leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, eyes narrowed. A heavy weight of expectation hung between them. Why is the kitchen still messy, Jenny? His voice was soft, but sharp. He wasn't yelling, yet every word felt like a sting. Jenny dropped a yellow microfiber cloth she'd been using to polish the coffee table. She took a breath. I cleaned the counters, wiped the cabinets, but the floor. The refrigerator door has fingerprints, and I like my bedroom neat. You haven't folded the extra blankets. His list spilled out in one breath, as though he had been collecting grievances all day. She thought of her mother back home telling her not to worry, that this would all be different, that he'd love her for who she is. Yet here it was, instruction after instruction about how she should cook, clean, decorate, and behave. The perfect daughter-in-law. Jenny felt tears prick her lashes. She forced them back. I'm trying, Sumit. I thought we agreed we'd share chores. You said you'd help. Sumit's brow furrowed. I help when I'm here, but I expected you to take care of home. It's what daughter-in-law does. In my family, daughter-in-law respects elders by keeping house tidy, cooking their favorite meals, maintaining tradition. I want you to be perfect. Jenny felt the old familiar burn of contradiction, her dreams of partnership, her hopes of equality, all challenged in this exact moment. Perfect, she repeated, softly. What does perfect mean? Jenny hadn't come across the ocean only to become an unseen invisible maid. She had left behind her job as a graphic designer, her close friends, her community to build a life with Sumit. She believed in love, compromise, mutual respect. But perfect daughter-in-law, the phrase tasted bitter each time she thought it. Perfect cook, perfect cleaner, perfect entertainer, perfect tradition keeper, always perfect. Sumit watched her headlights of frustration. I just want you to fit in, to be part of my family. My mother calls every week asking if you've learned to cook her favorite curry, if you sweep the yard properly, if you hang your sari correctly before washing. They say daughter-in-law must be disciplined, must show respect by doing these things. Jenny knelt down to pick up the rag she'd dropped. Pause. She set it down again. Her shoulders tensed. I respect your family. I respect you. But doing everything alone because I'm daughter-in-law, is it wrong if I feel resentful? Sumit sighed. He walked closer. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. It's tradition. It's respect. I expect. Jenny rose, facing him head on. The courage that had brought her here seeped in. Expectations are one thing, pressure is another. I love cooking your mom's curry. I don't mind cleaning up, but perfection? I'm human. I make mistakes. Floors get dusty. I get tired. I want to be loved, not just approved. The tension roared in silence after Jenny's words. Sumit looked at her, really looked. He saw the tired circles under her eyes, the sleeves of her blouse smudged with flour, her palms red from washing dishes. He saw how much she had tried. Tell me what you need, he said quietly. What would feel fair? Jenny paused. She wanted to believe this moment could shift something. She listed shared chores. If he could commit to helping with dishes, laundry, or yard work, appreciation. A kind word when she does something well, not constantly pointing out what she hasn't. Space, time for her own projects, time with her friends, time to rest, respect for her own traditions, her own ways, not just his expectations of perfection. Sumit nodded slowly. I can do that. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to feel you're failing me or my family. Jenny exhaled. Maybe this could be their new chapter. Weeks passed. The air in the house gradually lightened. Some mornings, Sumit washed the dishes his mother loved. Jenny told him she'd try a new recipe and he encouraged it, even helped chop onions. He praised her when she made progress. And when mistakes happened, he sighed, cleaned up with her, rather than lecture. Some days the living room was a little messy. She forgot to fold a blanket. He didn't let it spiral. She was still human. One Saturday, Sumit's mother visited. Jenny's heart raced. Would the old expectations re-emerge? The perfect daughter-in-law who kneels here, smiles there, never errs? They sat in the yard. Jenny served tea. Sumit watched. His mother said, the yard is looking nice, and the meal just as good as my daughter's. Jenny's face heated. A compliment. It mattered. After his mother left, Sumit wrapped an arm around Jenny. Thank you, he said, for doing everything, for being you. Jenny leaned into him. She thought of all the early fights, all the tears, and this small moment, being herself, imperfect, yet still loved. In their home, they found a new definition of perfect, not spotless floors or errorless meals, but love, understanding, shared responsibility, and acceptance. Sumit learned perfection was not a standard to impose but a dance, 2 steps forward, some back, but always together. Jenny still cooked, cleaned, showed respect, but she also laughed, rested, pursued her art, made mistakes, and was still loved for all of it. And in that messy, lived in migration of expectations, of tradition, of love, they became something stronger than perfect ever promised to be. Reflections: tradition versus partnership. While tradition can hold value, it shouldn't become a tool for unfair burdens. True partnership shares labor and affection. Communication is key. When Jenny spoke up, opened up what she needed, it shifted the dynamic. Imperfection is strength. Imperfections aren't failures, they're real. Loving someone in their imperfection is often more intimate. Mutual respect, respecting both partners' backgrounds, experiences, and limits enriches a relationship more than demanding perfection. Jenny's journey wasn't about becoming the perfect daughter-in-law, it was about being herself, and being loved, not endorsed. And sometimes, that's much more beautiful than anything perfect could ever be.